Alright, shalom, shalom. This is the brother Dayala coming back again with another lesson. Giving all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Racha HaKadosh. Alright, double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone that taught us this word and that rule well. And shalom to the hopeful elect brothers and sisters that believe in this word and that fear in their Heavenly Father and His Son. This is going to be another in transit, whatever you want to call it, in transit, from the chariot, Marakab, or whatever, whatever you want to call it, on the GMS on the go. The brothers name, they put they spin on the different in transit videos. But yeah, man, in Lord will, I will be able to do a in-depth video on the topic, one of the hot topics of the week is IUIC having I believe it was a bishop, one of their leaders, if I'm not mistaken, from the reports I've been hearing from the brothers, basically committing adultery in their congregation, and Nate was laughing about the matter. Of course, so I can turn this light up. And of course, trying to shame those individuals, but which adultery is not a laughing matter. Like I said, I want to go and get actual scriptures on specifically what is adultery, because we know in the law it says what thou shalt not commit adultery, right? And just as the scriptures say that we're all an adulterous generation. 9 times out of 10, there's a very, very small number of there's a very small chance, super small chance, that you have dealt with a woman that has not already dealt with a man, especially here in the US of A, where adultery is the standard of living. Right, that's the standard of living here. That's their standard. All right, of wickedness, and that's pushed all throughout America, man. It's pushed to the other countries too. But you see them letting, especially in countries that are more traditional, you will see it less in certain countries around the world. Like example, Saudi Arabia, right? You're not gonna see the high adultery rate is not gonna be there, right? And even crime too. From what I hear, Saudi Arabia is one of the safest places, man. There's barely any crime because they have they have that Eastern culture, so to speak, right? If you commit adultery, then off with your head, so to speak, in those countries, right? Or bury you in the sand and then throw rocks at your head, because like the scriptures say, the penalty for adultery is a sin unto death, right? It's a sin unto destruction, a sin unto deletion, right? What did Apostle Paul say? Basically, if they do especially knowing better, if you do a sin unto deletion, man, basically not to pray for those individuals, man. Especially now, come on now, that's wrong. That's wrong. like the elder Yashawanba was saying, Man, it's just crazy, man. This is just disgusting, right? Apparently, he took a well, you know, he took a Salakia, took a picture of his ride and sent it to another a brother in the congregation. Oh, Salakia, that was a slip of the tongue. Sent it to another brother's woman in the congregation. Salakia, I slipped up with the tongue. It's not what I meant. Right? So he sent it to another brother's woman in the congregation. You know, and obviously, you know, as you know, I was watching Elder Yashawamba's video, and a couple other brothers too. You know, he looked past the fringes and still went ahead and committed that transgression against his brother, right? Not only that, against the Most High. You know, so that, hey, you know, that goes to, you know, that goes to show you that a lot of different individuals, you know, they're reprobate, man. They have no understanding of the scripture, right? That's why the scriptures say, "He that committeth adultery lacketh understanding." You have no understanding, and then also what? Basically, you're doing harm to yourself. You're doing harm to yourself, because really, in the grand scheme of things, the Most High is not gonna let anybody. He's not gonna let anybody get away with their iniquity, right? Now the elect, He's gonna have mercy upon them, right? Even the Lord having mercy upon the elect. Salakia, I'm tripping over my words today. Even the Lord having mercy upon the elect, He can still punish you and put you in a super jacked up situation, though He have mercy upon you, right? Now, can you receive mercy for committing adultery? Yes, it's a possibility. Why I say it's a possibility? King David received mercy, right? We know for sure that's one of the Most High's elect, right? He's a man after the Most High's heart. But, you know, he received great punishment after that, even though the Lord didn't destroy him. But, like I like to say, and other brothers too, everybody ain't King David, you know? Just because King David had that mercy extended to him doesn't mean it's going to be extended unto you. So you don't want to test those waters at all, you know? So that lets you know it's you know, it's not about the fringes, right, which is supposed to represent the law. You know, you're supposed to look down in the fringes and remember the law. It should be within your mind, man. You should remember it in your mind. Like the scripture says, Psalms chapter 1, where it says, "Blessed is the man who walketh not in the path of the ungodly, nor sitteth in the seat of the scornful, nor standeth in the path of sinners." Right? And adultery is a sin, and that's pushed heavily here in this wicked kingdom. Right? His delight is in the law of the Lord. The IUIC claims that, you know, basically saying that that's what they're all about. They're all about the law, the law, the law. Meanwhile, the law can't save you, right? Like the scripture says, you are saved through grace by faith, right? And then you got to have faith with the works. And really, ultimately, you got to be chosen from the foundation of the earth. But the law can't save you, right? But breaking it will definitely get you destroyed, you know? The law can't save you, but breaking it will definitely get you destroyed. You have to put some type of effort towards being obedient unto the Most High to the best of your ability and capacity within the times that we're in, being in this wicked kingdom, right? But Right, man. That's when these different situations come up, and the elders talk about the school that they had where they basically cut women off from even coming, because women bring a lot of confusion, and they bring adultery too, wickedness, bro. And I can, from these different incidences that have been popping up over the last, that I'll say that's been popping, that I've seen since I've been in the truth, which is very short time. You see why we don't involve women. There's women don't just be at our camps like that, man. They might be a newcomer. They might just be waking up. She might come out to the camp, right? And we've had that happen a couple times. Certain individuals that believe, they might have been watching the videos and they came out, and they might have given us some type of what do you call it, tithe or money or offering, or certain gifts to help brothers, garments, Bibles, what have you, right? We've had that, but they're not just like at the camp, because really this knowledge and this truth is for men, right? But we don't have women in our camps, man. That keeps the hey, man, that helps keeps the order, man. Like I said, when I see these different incidences with other camps behind women, it makes perfect sense why the elders cut women off from being in the school, man, right? Or really being in the camp, man. Right? It keeps the wickedness down to a minimum, right? But I said, Lord will, I'm gonna go into a in-depth, because really adultery. I'll tell you what it's not. Adultery is not a man having sex with a woman that is not his current, that is not his wife, right? That's what it's not. Okay? Adultery is a woman having sex with a man that is not her husband, right? And a man having sex with a woman, all right, that is somebody else's wife, okay, that belongs to somebody else. There's specifics, and the Lord, when it comes to the law, the Lord is very specific about. The Lord is very specific about what's clean and what's unclean, right? You got Leviticus, the 18th chapter, tells you all the different sexual relationships that are unclean, so to speak, right? That are wicked. A man dealing with a mother and a daughter, a man dealing with a sister and a sister, man, Ayash on Ayash, the whole, it goes through all of that, man. It really speaks against all that alphabet lifestyle that was being practiced by these different nations that was there before we received the promised land. Those different Hamitic nations, right? Dang, where am I gonna park? I'm gonna have to park around the side. Damn. Oh, no, park on the street. Right, so those different Hamitic nations that was doing that those sexual immoral acts, you know. So it gets very specific, and it gets specific with adultery, you know. And it's written clear too, man. That part, you know, certain parts of the scriptures you have to do more digging into the Hebrew and into the Greek, right, and into the history, and then other parts are just like plain, man. That's plain. So I don't know where, you know, I'll say the notion that I don't know where the notion of a man dealing with another woman, right, other than a woman that is not married, other than his current wife, so to speak. I don't know where that notion of that being adultery comes from, man. It could come from woman worship. But yeah, I'm gonna park right here. Bank real quick. But you got so what's that? I mentioned Leviticus, the 18th chapter. You also got 1 second. Salakia. Dang, you want to get rolled up so close to the damn car. Oh. Dumbass bus. Alright. But right, so I mentioned that, and I'm gonna have to get my my Bible in the car so I can pull out scriptures. Right? You also got Deuteronomy, believe the 22nd chapter, where it goes into the tokens. Does it go into the tokens? I believe it does. The tokens of virginity, and also the law on forcible sexual intercourse, the law on grape. Okay, that's what you want to call it. Which the word grape, you brothers know what I'm talking about. The actual word means to grab, right? In this sense, when you go into the word, what's that word? Aina, right? Which comes from the word Aina, which, you know, Ainawa, which is humble, right? To humble somebody, right? When you go into the definition, when you go into dig deeper, it goes into the take by force, okay? But it gives you specifics on if this man, if he grabs up and forcefully takes a woman and has sex with her by force, if he grabs up, and this is in the scriptures, right? This is scripturally. If he grabs up, if he has sex with a woman that is betrothed, it's adultery, right? And it tells you the judgment on it. She's betrothed, it's adultery. And she didn't cry, right? She's betrothed unto a man. She didn't cry out as the law, as she's supposed to. That means she was with it. It's adultery. Cut them both off, right? You delete both of them. Married unto another man. So betrothed is promise. So the deal has already been set. This is that man's woman. They just hasn't consummated the marriage yet. But this woman is promised unto that man, and you violated that, right? Cut them both off. A woman that's already married, already consummated, cut them both off, right? if they did, if and in those two situations, if the woman did not cry, right? Right now, in a situation where she's betrothed or she's married and she cries out, the woman, there's no penalty unto her, but there's penalty unto the man. Cut him off, right? Now, if she cries, and I'm getting into specifics, I can get all the scriptures. Well, I can't at this moment, but I want to get all of them, later on. Today. If she cries out, and she's in, and then you got location. She's in the city and she cries. Yeah, right. If she's in the city and she cries, you know what? Let me see if I can. Let me see here. I don't want to mess this up. But basically, if she's in the city and she cries, I might be able to pull something off here. Just real quick. Just that scripture real quick. I don't want to keep this. I want to keep this short, and I don't want to be too long. Gotta make the shekels. Let me see here, real quick. No. Put that on. Okay. Oh man, I gotta work my Gadite magic real quick, because I don't want to mess up these precepts, man. I really don't. I don't want to mess these up. I think I know I got some parts right, but I'm butchering some other parts, man. Hold on. We're gonna get this. I use my laptop real quick. Really couldn't get anything while I was driving. Well, hold on. Let's see here. Let's see. Come on. Just real quick. All right. Good. Let's get it. We're gonna get that precept real quick. We're gonna get that. Okay. Let's get that real quick. Keep that up. Yeah, let's get that real quick. Deuteronomy, I believe it's 22. Which the whole point was going into adultery, but I want to grab this precept real quick, and I'll probably just end it off there, right? But it gives you the specifics, man. Which that's what that individual did. That's heinous, man. And of course, you should. Of course they need to be kicked out if they haven't already been kicked out, man. And not allowed back in. Gotta pluck them out, man. Pluck them out. Okay, so Deuteronomy 22, KJV. Oh, Salakia, I forgot to get on to the hotspot. What's going on? Turn that plug on. Come on. There we go. Thank the Most High for the technology to do the word. All right, Deuteronomy 22. Yep. You know what? Let's go to the blue letter. Actually, since we got a computer device here. Let's go to the blue letter. KJV. Yeah. Let's get it, man. scriptures always say it better than you can. All right. So now, and Salakia, bear with me for a second. Salakia for all the, the space. So, Deuteronomy chapter 22. What's this? Sundry laws. Sundry laws. Laws on morality. Oh, yeah, what? Okay. Right. So in Deuteronomy 22, it does covers the tokens of virginity. Right. If a man he takes on a woman and she was a virgin and her parents take the token of virginity, and he tries to bring up an evil name upon a daughter of Israel, right? Basically he tries to lie and say that she wasn't a virgin just so she can get, because really she would get off for that, man. Because Jake can pop a woman, and then get tired of her. Oh, I don't want to deal with this woman no more. Right? That's wicked. No, you gotta take on that. You gotta bear that responsibility, dude. Yeah, Jake doing stuff like that. So these laws was in place for that, right? So now when you get down here, there's to be no tokens of virginity found for the damsel. They shall go into the door. Yep, and stone. Right. Here we go. So Deuteronomy 22 and 22, it says, if a man be found lying with, now the word lying meaning to lie carnally, meaning to have sex, right? Lying with a woman married to an husband. She already has a husband. Listen to the specific word. Married to an husband, right? Then they shall both of them be deleted, right? Brothers know what to say there, D-I-E. It says, both the man that lay with the woman and the woman, so shalt thou put away evil from Israel. And that's evil, that's wickedness, that's transgression. If a damsel that is a virgin, meaning she has not known man, what's that word there in the Hebrew? Real quick. We'll do it like this. Damsel that is a virgin, which is H 1330. What is that? H 1330 is Bathwala, or Bathwala, which means what? A woman that has never had sex with a man, right? Pure, unspotted, called as being separated, secluded from intercourse with men, right? Separated, secluded from intercourse with men, right? So let's see here. So she hasn't known a man at all. So it says, if a damsel that is a virgin be betrothed, she's promised unto a man, be betrothed unto a husband. It's basically his, but the deal wasn't sealed yet, right? You come and mess up this deal, you gotta go, right? A man be betrothed unto an husband, and a man find her in the city and lie with her. Specifics: in the city and lie with her. Now let's see here. Now you can read the whole thing, and you can use context clues to see in what manner they're talking about. Let me see here. So we go to lie. right? Lie with her meaning, you know, have sex with her. You know. Salakia. Right? And lie with her, then ye shall bring them both out unto the gate of the city, and ye shall stone them with stones, that they are deleted. The damsel, because she cried not. So you're supposed to cry. But why would she cry? Why would she cry if it was consensual? Why would she cry if you know, if she agreed unto it, right? Why would she cry? Why does it specifically say cry? Because it's taken by force, right? Taken by force. Like when somebody's crying for help, help, right? Somebody's trying to stab you up in the back alley or with help. And it makes it, we're gonna read it. It makes the same, it describes the same type of situation when you're in the field. You know? You crying for help and nobody can hear you because you out in the wilderness. It says, because she cried not, being in the city, and the man, because he hath humbled his neighbor's wife. The word humbled, let's get that word real quick. I was saying this was going to be quick, but I guess not. Guess not, man. I'm going to get the word for stones. We have humbled. Oh, Salakia. That's the wrong one right there. We have humbled. There we go. So it's Deuteronomy 22 and 24. The word for what is up with this thing? Salakia, this thing is giving me trouble. Okay, this thing is being real funny. Humble, there we go. Which is Aina, right? Which means what? Look at this. Look at how I describe this. When you look at the King James, the KJV translation count on how many different times it translates or means this specific, you know, word in the English. It says afflict, right? Afflict. Humble, it shows up as afflict 50 times. Shows up as trouble 1 time. Shows up as exercise 2 times. Shows up as force 5 times, right? Humble as 11 times, right? When you think about, hey, when the Lord humbles people or humbles you, it's not an easy situation, man. You being afflicted, it's not an easy situation. So in this sense, meaning what? He took this man's wife by force. Or even if she wasn't married, we're gonna read that. Or she was a virgin, he took that woman by force. So it's giving you all the different scenarios on, you know, adultery. Now on grape, which is still adultery, but it's adultery by force. All right, on the part of the man, it's adultery by force. Right? Right, it says, then when you get the outline of the biblical usage, it says to occupy, to be busy with, right? It says to afflict, to oppress, humble, be afflicted, to bow down. Right? To stoop, to weaken oneself, to be afflicted, to mishandle. Right? It says deal hardly with, exercise, force. So right, you took the woman by force. You know, in today's society they call it grape. I ain't talking about grape soda, right? So let's continue reading. You know, and this is all in the scriptures. People, you know, individuals get bent out of shape because the law tells you how to deal with the situation, what you're supposed to do in the situation. The law tells you how you're supposed to deal with the situation, right? This is all biblical, all scriptural. You know, you can't see it. You caught up in your emotion. You've been Babylonianized, westernized for too long, man. You gotta come back. Like the scriptures says what? Seek ye the old paths. Inquire about your fathers, man. It's your own culture. Ancient world. Eastern mindset, not Western, man. It says, okay, so we read 24. Cried not, being in the city, and the man, because he humbled his neighbor's wife, so thou shalt put away evil from among you, right? So get rid of both of them, right? And because, you know, you look up the statistics. One of the number one fantasies of a woman is being taken by force. Women like that, man. You know, us brothers, you know, us brothers over here, we you know, hey man, we deal with women, right? So you deal with a certain amount of women. You know what these women like, man, right? But so she didn't cry, meaning she wanted to be taken by force. So cut both of them off. Right? There's the scriptures. It says, it gives you all the scenarios, very, very specific. You can't gloss over these scriptures, man. Very specific. It says, but if a man find a betrothed damsel in the field, so it talks about in the city, and then it talks about in the field. In the city, if a woman was to cry, there's more people around. There's people closer to be able to hear that cry, to come to your defense or to come to your help. You know, the damage may already been done, but they're going to hear the cry, and that man is going to get offed according to the law of the Bible. It says, and the man, okay, and look at this. Come out right and say, and the man forced her. Come on, bruh. You know what that is. So you can't say it's not in there. Use your brain. It says, and lie with her. Come on now. Then the man only that lay with her shall die. So this is when she's in the field. So if they're in the field and this happens, then only the man gets off. It says, but unto the damsel thou shalt do nothing. There is in the damsel no sin worthy of deletion. Because this is adultery. This is worthy of deletion. It says, so it says, for as when a man riseth, it gives you the example. Like I said, somebody trying to shank you up in the in the alley, right? That's why you would cry. But you out in the wilderness, somebody trying to shank you up, you cry. Ain't nobody gonna hear you. Ain't nobody gonna hear you. You out in the boonies, man. You out in the sticks. Ain't nobody gonna hear you. The same thing when it comes, that situation, a woman being taken by force by a man out in the wilderness. It's the same situation where somebody is being deleted in the wilderness, man. Nobody could come to your aid because you're out in the field. Nobody can hear you. You're out in the country, man. You out in the sticks. It says, for as when a man riseth against his neighbor, his brother, and slayeth him, even so is this matter. So it's like the same thing, right? And where did that happen? Right? Cain and Abel. Somebody could come to Abel's aid. Right? Cain he thought he got away with it, but nobody could come to his aid. Everybody was in the field. It says, for he found her in the field, and the betrothed damsel cried, and there was none to save her. Right? It says, if a man find a damsel that is a virgin, which is not betrothed, and lay hold on her, and lie with her, and they be found, then the man that lay with her, so when she's not betrothed, she hasn't known a man, she's a virgin, right? Gives you on how you're supposed to deal with that situation, right? Then the man shall give to the damsel's father 50 shekels of silver, and she shall be his wife, because he hath humbled her, he has taken her by force. He may not put her away all his days. You cannot put her away no matter how much you don't like her. Now you got to deal with her. Right? So you think about this. It says, a man shall not take his father's wife, nor discover his father's skirts. Right? And it goes into, that. Right? So then it gives you what you're supposed to do when a woman that is a virgin gets taken by force. That man got to pay 50 shekels of silver. If I'm not mistaken, that's like six in today's time. That's like 6 figures, right? I don't know. Over $100,000, maybe $200,000. That's a lot of money. I can look into the specifics, Lord will. Right. So with these different laws set in place, you would Jake would think Jake would think twice about just going and taking a woman by force. You gotta pay money, and then say, hey, Jake, take the woman. There's no pump and dump in our culture. There's no pump and dump. There's no pop and drop. Right? You got to take on the responsibility as a man, because you humbled that woman. Now you have to take care of her. Right? All the days of your life, you can't put her away at all. So you would think, in the ancient world, you would think twice before just, I'm gonna just go grab her up and then I'm gonna, Salakia. I'm just go grab her up and, run into the bush with her. She ain't betrothed. I know I inquired. I know she ain't betrothed, and right? I'm just go grab her up. You would think twice about that, especially if you ain't got no money to pay for her, pay unto the father. Right? Hey man, but just wanted to do a video on that. I thought it was gonna be quick, but with that I'm gonna say shalom.